Correspondence principle. This principle is enunciated by Niels Bohr. According to Bohr's theory of hydrogen atom, the frequency of radiation emitted or absorbed is determined by the difference in the energy of two allowed orbital states. This frequency is not equal to the frequency of rotation in the stationary orbit. A connection between the frequency of rotation f and the frequency of radiation y can be achieved is known as Bohr's correspondence principle. According to quantum mechanics, energy levels are quantized and classical mechanics says that energy is continuous. When we go to the higher and the higher levels, the energy level are so close that we can take it that energies are continuous. Quantum theory must agree with classical theory in the limit of large quantum numbers. In the context, the frequency of rotation f and the frequency of radiation y emitted are equal. For an atomic orbit, the period of revolution is the distance traveled in one orbit 2 pi r divided by the orbital speed v.
The frequency of rotation of electron in a hydrogen atom can be easily calculated. We know that speed equal to distance by time. If the time taken is period t of one revolution, then obviously the distance travelled is 2 pi r. That is v equal to 2 pi r by t, or 1 by t equal to v by 2 pi r. Then f equal to v by 2 pi r, since 1 by t equal to f. We know v equal to e by root of 4 pi epsilon 0 mr. On substituting, we get f equal to e by 2 pi r root of 4 pi epsilon 0 mr, that is equal to e by 2 pi root of 4 pi epsilon 0 m r raised to 3 by 2. Also, we know that r equal to n square h cube epsilon 0 by e square pi m. F is equal to, on substituting, we get f is equal to e by 2 pi root of 4 pi epsilon 0 m into pi raised to 3 by 2 m raised to 3 by 2 by n cube into h cube into epsilon 0 raised to 3 by 2 into e cube. Then f equal to m e raised to 4 by 4 epsilon 0 square h square into 1 by n cube, that is equal to 6.58 into 10 raised to 15 by n cube heads. This is equation number 1. The frequency of radiation emitted is given by v equal to m e raised to 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h square into 1 by ni square minus 1 by ng square. Taking Nj equal to n and Ni equal to n by p, where p equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. Then v equal to m e raised to 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h cube into 1 by n minus p whole square minus 1 by n square. v equal to m e raised to 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h cube c into n square minus n minus p whole square by n minus p whole square into n square. Then v equal to m e raised to 4 8 epsilon 0 square h square into n square minus n square plus 2np minus p square by n minus p whole square n square. v equal to m e raised to 4 8 epsilon 0 square h cube into 2np minus p square by n square into n minus p whole square. When n is very large, 2np minus p square approximately equal to 2np, n minus p whole square approximately equal to n square. Then v equal to m e raised to 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h cube into 2np by n square into n square. Then v equal to m e raised to 4 by 8 epsilon 0 square h cube into 2p by n cube. When p equal to 1, then v become m e raised to 4 by 4 epsilon 0 square h cube into 1 by n cube. This is equation 2. On comparing equation 1 and 2, we get f equal to v. It shows that for large quantum number, the classical and quantum prediction are same. This is called Bohr's correspondence principle.
Deficiencies of Bohr model. Discuss some apparently seen deficiencies of Bohr model. The first one, motion of the proton. According to Bohr model, electron orbiting around the nucleus containing proton, but actually the electron and proton both orbit about their center of mass. Thus, kinetic energy of atom should include the kinetic energy of proton. We can account for this effect if the mass that appears in the equation for energy levels is not the electron mass but instead is the reduced mass of proton-electron system. Calculated from the electron mass me and the proton mass mp according to mu is equal to me mp divided by me plus mp. As a result of this, the calculated energy will slightly decrease, so also predicted frequency. The increase in wavelength is calculated about 0.05%, hence in Rydberg formula. Rydberg constant modifies to r dash is equal to r infinity into 1 plus me divided by mp. The second one, wavelength in air. Another discrepancy found in Bohr model was in the conservation of frequency to the wavelength. Wavelength measurements are done in air, so wavelength lambda is equal to c in air divided by y in air. C in air is slightly less than the c we used. This results in slight decrease in wavelength lambda. This comes about 0.03%. Angular momentum. A serious failure of both model is prediction of angular momentum. According to angular momentum, L is equal to nh. For the ground state of the hydrogen atom, n is equal to 1 and L is equal to h. But experiment shows that L is equal to 0 for ground state. Uncertainty. Another deficiency of Bohr model that violate the uncertainty principle. According to uncertainty principle, we have delta z, delta pz is greater than equal to h. Bohr model has many defects. It introduced so many concepts like stationary state, quantization of angular momentum, correspondence principles, etc., which found to be true in drilling of the wave equation.